YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to the latest episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. As always, a quick thank you for taking some time out of your day to check out the latest video, and for being the best damn community here on YouTube, without a doubt. So picture this. I think everyone knows someone like this, someone who's been handed all the best cards in life. They look great, they never worry about anything, they're well-spoken, they're likable, they dress well, they're bright, articulate, and opportunities seem to always come their way. And yet, somehow, they blow it. They get to the 1 yard line and fall short in ways that only they can comprehend.
So it all comes down to this. 6 seconds to play. McNair will work out of the shotgun. McNair drops. Throws right side for Mason. He dives for the end zone. Reaches to the goal line. No, he falls at the wall. Didn't make it. No. Yes. Wait, what?
Yep, just like that. So close, so close. Yet we look at these people and see untapped potential, but they continue to zombie their way through life. This person, my friends and neighbors, is the human equivalent of silver. Silver is exactly like the person I just described, but the investment equivalent. It's beautiful, it's cool, it's got a certain mystique, it's niche, it's easy to buy and invest in, it's easy to talk about, it's got a great story, and yet, for decades, the price has stagnated, stumbled, fumbled, and bumbled its way up and down the charts. We all know this. Always on the precipice of possibly breaking out, only to creep back to mediocrity. Now, don't get me wrong. At the beginning of 2024, silver was in the low 20s. At least today, a year later, it's been holding strong above 30, and for quite some time now, so at least there's some progress. But damn, that progress to $30 took forever. 13 years, in fact, since the last time it went over $30. But there's a silver lining, so to speak. Sorry, I know that was corny. In today's video, we're going to talk about what silver is and what it isn't. And to be clear, I'm not bashing silver. I love this stuff. I've stacked a bunch of it, and I'll continue to do so. But we're going to break down things a bit, and I'm going to explain where I'm coming from.
Would you like me to explain?
I would love to hear this.
So would I.
So we all know that silver is very likely the most frustrating of all precious metals. It has tons of potential, and yet it consistently disappoints those who get into it. At least those who are hoping to pad their retirement or get rich. And to help those folks along the way, we have plenty of silver pumpers out there to feed the fire. Yeah, those folks are going to tell you that silver's going to moon any minute now. Problem is, they told you that 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 2 years ago, and they'll tell you again tomorrow. You know, at some point, if you keep throwing a tree frog at a window, it's going to stick eventually. Of course, that's taking out the insane silver spikes of 1980 and 2011, when price hit almost $50 an ounce. Now, I realize I've been fairly negative about silver so far, but I'd like to think that I'm just keeping things real. Make no mistake, I love stacking silver, and I'm going to continue to do so until the day of my retirement finally hits, and I sell it off for real estate. Now, I see a lot of pluses for silver, and to counteract the negativity that's out there, here are 3 solid reasons you should stack it. Number 1, you can treat it as a savings account. Now, I don't know how many stackers, myself included, tell the same story about how they used to be terrible at putting money away for savings and yada, 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 couldn't save a dime. Now, once I started stacking, my finances improved on 2 counts. A, I started stacking cash as well as metals. And B, I built up a sweet stash of silver and gold that amounts to an amount of money or value that I never dreamed I would achieve just by putting money away on a weekly basis. Now, I have a low DCA on both metals, and I stand to get a nice chunk of change back years from now. Even if the purchasing power of the dollar continues to fizzle away, I'll have something tangible in the future to help me into retirement. Number 2, it's cheap. It is cheap. As I alluded to a minute ago, the all-time high for silver was right at $50 an ounce, way back in 1980, and again in 2011. Today, silver's sitting at $32.24 an ounce, and that's 35.5% lower than it was 45 years ago and 14 years ago, respectively. I mean, is there any other asset, let alone a commodity, that's trading at such a discount to its all-time highs, especially with the buying power of the dollar being eviscerated? Silver is a cheap, for now, precious metal, and it's one that can be attained by all walks of life. And lastly, number 3, silver should be more expensive. It should be. Some estimates adhere to the numbers of 19 times as much silver in the Earth's crust as there is gold. So silver price, in theory, should be 19 times gold price, right? Which would place silver at $170 an ounce, going by gold's current price of $3,236 per ounce. Another factor to bear in mind is that silver gets consumed, so it no longer exists, while gold is almost always used or recycled, so the available amount of existing gold rarely goes down too much. When it comes down to it, silver is severely underpriced, and that could change someday. Whether you or I, or whether we're around to reap the benefits of that day, remains to be seen. Now, all this talk about ratios, there's a reason they may not matter one bit, and I'm getting ready to go over that here in a second. All right, so I gave you some good reasons for silver being a solid play for your hard-earned cash, and I've shown you what silver is, but let's go over what it isn't, with some reasons why stacking silver might not be your best option. Number 1, first and foremost, it's not going to make you rich. Sorry. I know you've seen it on YouTube. A lot of people have been telling you it's going to make you rich. It's going to moon. You're going to make millions, blah, 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 blah. So many people don't plan out their finances in life, bottom line. And then they hit their 50s and they realize, oh, hell, retirement's right around the corner and I'm nowhere near ready. So they go on YouTube. They listen to the silver pumpers shilling silver to $100 next week. And they spend. They go on a tear for silver, buying on fear, trying to throw that Hail Mary. Don't do it. Silver can be a nice supplement to your retirement, but you're not retiring solely on silver. Just forget the idea. Now, maybe someday the price will explode, but I can probably promise you it's not going to happen next week. Number 2, the ratios are actually meaningless. Remember, we went over the ratio of silver to gold in the Earth's crust, with silver being 19 times more plentiful than gold. Take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to tell you why. It's a lot easier to mine silver than gold, bottom line, which means less expensive. Matter of fact, most silver is produced as a byproduct of mining for other metals like zinc and copper. And you have to factor in that some of the world's largest silver producers aren't even silver companies. Seriously. Look it up. Silver makes up such a small part of their revenue that the price is almost unimportant. Now remember, when it comes to silver, the market sets the price, not the Earth's crust. And lastly, number 3, silver is a volatile precious metal. What does that mean? Well, that means silver prices tend to fluctuate with bigger swings than other precious metals do. Now, the bigger point here is that silver prices can go down since it has a high dependency on industrial use. That's what drives price, use. And if we have something like a COVID event again and factories shut down, so does production and hence the use of silver. Now, the problem with silver is this. A lot of people, and I mean a lot of them, believe that silver prices are supposed to always go up. They just don't know how precious metal values work, and they believe that because silver is a valuable precious metal that it should always go up in price. And then you have other cases where people who buy silver are misinformed by shady salespeople and the aforementioned pumpers who love to suggest that silver is a guaranteed investment that'll always go up in value. And folks, that's just not the case.
Forget about it!
Alright, so we're getting ready to wrap this video up, but before I do, I'd like to reiterate how important it is to do your due diligence before investing your money in anything, not just precious metals, anything, stocks, bonds, CDs, high interest rates, whatever the case may be. Too many folks panic with metals and stocks, and they buy out of FOMO or fear of missing out. Silver is a volatile metal to stack, and it definitely has some solid advantages like we just went over. But for you newer stackers, here's the best piece of advice I can give you. Don't get into silver hoping to make a profit. Get into silver to save some money that you might not have put away otherwise. Don't go into debt buying metals. Don't use credit to buy them either unless you plan on paying off the balance before the interest hits. And most importantly, keep your expectations about silver to a minimum and don't plan on what the price may be 10 or 20 years down the road because nobody knows. I don't care how smart you are, how intelligent you are, how long you've been stacking silver, or how long you've been selling it. Nobody knows where it's going to be 10 to 20 years down the road. Now, silver is a fantastic metal to assist in your retirement planning, but it's not an investment in even the simplest definition of the word. Don't invest in silver, save in silver. Think about that. All right. There you have it, folks. So what are your thoughts on my list of good and bad points in regard to silver? Am I way off or kind of in the ballpark? What are some points that I missed that you would give to a new stacker? Be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what your thoughts are. You guys know I love going through the comments, so make sure you sound off. And that's going to wrap it up for this episode of the Silver and Gold Stack Attack. And if you made it this far, well, kudos to you. I'll definitely catch up with you in the next episode, but in the meantime, oh yeah, you know what's up.
What do you want to do with your life?
I want to stack.
Damn right, get stacked. Stay safe and be well, everyone. Be sure to catch me and my silver journey next Wednesday here at my channel at 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Stacker's Corner. We have a lot of fun with it. But until then, I am out of here. Peace, folks. Have a safe and fantastic week ahead. See you on Wednesday.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.
Oh, yes. And what was that beginning, middle, and end part again?